might heard the announcement of an independent oversight committee to include, for instance, private sector, civil society, and opposition members to monitor the expenditure that is going to be done along with regular reporting to Parliament.
During his presentation last Tuesday in Parliament, the Prime Minister announced the establishment of a joint select committee to provide oversight on matters relating to the operations for relief, recovery, and reconstruction consequent to the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. He mentioned that you and I should consult on the terms of reference and the membership of the committee. On reflection on this matter, the opposition believes that such a committee would not be necessary and appropriate at this time, as it would be duplicating and usurping the role and function of the PAAC. Please be reminded that the main functions of the PAAC, as set out in Standing Order 73A, are A. Examining budgetary expenditure of government agencies and other public bodies to ensure that expenditure is done in accordance with a parliamentary approval. B. Monitoring expenditure as it occurs and keeping the Parliament informed of how the budget is being implemented. And C. Inquiring into the administration of the government to determine hindrances to the efficiency and to make recommendations to the government for the improvement of public administration. We would also wish to state that a joint select committee involving members of the Senate in such an exercise would be unprecedented. Considering the above, we strongly urge the government to allow the existing arrangements for oversight in all aspects of the works related to Hurricane Melissa recovery be maintained. Best regards, Philip Paulwell, and this letter was sent on Friday, November 7th by electronic mail. I will now read the government's response under my signature. Reference is made to your email dated November 7th, 2025. I must express deep concern and disappointment at the opposition's sudden change in position. This reversal is particularly surprising, given that the leader of the opposition explicitly called for additional oversight of the process. It has always been our position that Parliament already provides adequate and robust oversight through established committees, such as the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, PAAC, and the Infrastructure and Physical Development Committee, both of which are mandated to ensure transparency and accountability. In fact, the Infrastructure Committee has already called for a meeting to begin its work in this regard. The Prime Minister's decision to establish a joint select committee was aimed at fostering national consensus and unity, and in direct response to the opposition's public call for greater oversight. The precedence for this approach was established during the COVID-19 pandemic, when a similar oversight committee was appointed to consider the COVID-19 pandemic and related matters. It is therefore both perplexing and troubling that the opposition now appears to be retreating from its own stated position. Such inconsistency not only undermines constructive engagement, but also shows that the opposition is not able to take a clear and principled stance on these matters. In light of your indication that you will not be supporting the establishment of the Joint Select Committee, we will proceed in accordance with the existing parliamentary orders. We will make the existing standards and structures of the parliamentary system work. The government remains committed to transparency, accountability, and collaboration, but we urge the opposition to adopt a consistent and coherent position so that meaningful progress can be achieved in the national interest. Under my signature dated November 7,